A group of willing rugby players from the Beverley Rugby Union Football Club have decided to bear all and strip off. They're hoping that their calendar will earn some cash for the Beaver Park Club in Beverley. Masterminds behind the project, Kate Dalton and Ashley Ienco, join me now. Welcome both. Thank you very much for wearing clothes. First of all, can I just show off the calendar? I won't flip open all the pages because there's quite a lot of rugby player in it.
Yeah.
Unadorned. Whose idea was this?
It was Ashley's.
And what gave you this brilliant idea, Ashley?
So I've got the blame for that one. It was something the club had done a few years ago. I've had a bit of time out since playing rugby, and we were looking at creating some funds for the rugby club for various different things around the club, equipment mainly. And I just sort of put forward, shall we do it again? It's been a few years, and everyone was sort of willing to take part, and sponsors were happy to get involved.
Well, first of all, let's talk about what we're going to spend the money on. Where does this money go to keep the club running?
It's probably going more towards pitch maintenance, equipment for training, stuff that just needs replacing annually. It takes a lot of wear and tear, so it's very expensive.
And also, you've got all these youth teams that you're bringing on.
Yeah, they use the equipment, and it'll help them. No end really.
Just to keep encouraging people to be sporty and fit.
Get involved.
Ashley, who volunteered to be in this calendar, and how did you persuade them to do it?
It didn't take too much persuading. I think a lot.
Oh, really? You're a bunch of exhibitionists, are they?
Yes, pretty much. I think a lot of the guys were happy to take part. Like I said, it all benefits the club, and like Kate said, bringing the youth through from being minis up to the Colts, which is at like under 19s, and then bringing them on into senior rugby. It just helps all the way through. It's just a good community spirit throughout the club.
All these fine figures of a man, they're all in the senior teams, are they? They're the first team? And
yes, we're all in the senior teams, yeah.
It's a bit unfair because there are only 12 months and there are 15 people in a rugby team. Who got left out?
We included everyone who wanted to be included in the calendar. No one was excluded. And we just the photographer, Andy Horton, did a fantastic job of making everything fit and making it look a bit classier.
What, classier than they usually look, you mean?
Classier than they can look.
Okay.
They can be a bit cliche, a calendar, but this one's sort of done in black and white and got a bit more class to it.
Who are those sponsors, Kate?
We tried to source them locally. We have the Bread Shed, which is a local bakery in Beverley, and the Royal Standard, which we have it's a pub. We have a drinking partnership with them.
What, rugby players drink?
Yes, very strangely they do.
Good Lord.
But they do a lot of fundraising for us. They have quiz nights and stuff for the rugby club, which is great. And Alan at the Standard was, our sponsor of the calendar. And then we've had quite big sponsors as well, like Peter Ward Homes and Grand Tech, Minster, Plant Hire, lots and lots of local businesses.
So these are all, it's very much a point that they're local businesses. This is Beverley supporting a Beverley institution here.
Absolutely.
And that's terribly important because it does have that local character. Talking of which, Ashley, where can people get their hands on the calendar?
They can now get it directly off the website. There's a PayPal set up on there. It's a couple of clicks of a mouse. And that's probably the easiest way to get them. Alternatively, they can ring the club or email Kate directly.
Okay.
There's various pick-up points in Beverley, but I probably think the website's the easiest way to do it.
We'll talk about the club a little bit more in a moment. We must stop there. Please join me after the break when I'll be talking a little more to Kate and Ashley. Welcome back. You're watching Estuary News. Still to come, Erica Barker brings us the roundup of what's happening in our region, and we'll bring you the latest local sports news and results. I'm still with Kate Dalton and Ashley Ienco from the Beaver Park Club and Beverley Rugby Union Football Club, talking about their naked calendar. I hope it's a great success. How many do you hope to sell?
We've had 500 printed. We've had lots of good advertising throughout local newspapers and yourselves. So hopefully we will get it out there.
How much money will that raise?
Well, the printing and photography is paid for via the sponsorship. So if we sell all 500 copies, I think there's that £4,000.
Well, that's a useful amount, isn't it? Then there's a few rugby balls in that.
Yeah.
How's the club doing, Ashley?
The club's doing. Always has been and always will be a strong community as a club. Sports wise, there's been changes over the last few years, but it's a pretty new club. There's a lot of old players coming back to play, and we're making steps forward.
And you play in you play an awfully large part of Northern England you cover?
Yes.
There's a Northern League, isn't there?
Yes, that's right, yeah. I think the furthest south we go is Dinnington, which is just sort of Sheffield area, right up to Alnwick, which is well past Newcastle.
Pretty much the Scottish borders up there.
Yeah, just about, yeah.
So whereabouts are you in the league?
We're second from the bottom as it stands now, but there's still a lot of season left to go.
Everything to play for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it is a community club. How can people be members of the club? How can they take part?
Well, we have a lot of volunteers, and the whole club is run by volunteers that are on the committee, from finance down to pitch maintenance. It's all done by in people's spare time. Anyone locally can become a member. There's a tiered scheme, so you can pay £50 at the lowest for your year, or up to £250, which includes sit-down lunches, free entry to the grounds for matches. So there's 4 or 5 different ways you can become a member.
Anybody is welcome to come along and join the club. Tell us a little bit about this new shirt that you've got here. This is rather splendid. Rather striking colours.
Yes, it matches your suite.
Oh.
This is we've been doing this for 4 years now. It's towards the end of the season we have a ladies' day where all the wives and girlfriends come to the club and have lunch, and then the lads play in pink and the money goes to breast cancer. We use a local charity called Hair Breast Friend. This year I think we raised £1,300 for their charity. So we will be doing the same again next year. That's
sponsored by Light Source, yes, which is a company involved in communications
technology. Yeah, they do a lot of the cabling I think they do all of the cabling for Kingston Communications. So they're great sponsors. They've helped the club a lot.
Okay. Very quickly then, let's just remind ourselves. Beverley Rugby Club calendar 2016, full of, well, naked blokes, as you'd expect, and people can get it through your website.
Yeah.
They can.
And how much is it?
£8.
£8. £8 very well spent if you like naked rugby players. Thank you both so much for coming in, and good luck with raising all that money.
Thank you.